Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you what we've learned so far about how to kill Nex efficiently with a team. Okay, we're going to jump straight into it, and I'm basically showing you on screen right now what I would recommend you use for doing the kill count. You've got an extreme set there, some prayer pots, some rocktails, claws for a spec, and the gear shown is very important. It stops the minions from attacking you, as shown, except for the mages. That mage there will be waiting for you around about that spot. You want to run in, drop it as fast as possible, and then you can get to work killing those blood reavers. You can get the kill count done in about 10 minutes, which is much faster than killing any of the other NPCs in the room. Trust me, I've tried them all. Blood reavers are much faster than anything else. Okay, so now we're going to get into the main setup. I use a 4-item range switch, 2 of which are already equipped so that we can take an extra potion, enhanced Excalibur, which could be substituted for a spec weapon. We fill our yak with Sara Brews and a unicorn with a few scrolls on the side, and that's pretty much it. You could use a god sword or some other kind of melee weapon, but for the most part that's what I take. Okay, so there are 5 phases during the kill that you need to be aware of. Each one's labelled at the relevant point hereafter, so you know what to be looking out for during your kills. Okay, now, Nex is going to repeatedly smoke barrage you. This hits every player regardless of where they're standing, what they're praying, and all you can really do is eat up and keep attacking. You want to complete this form as soon as possible to save as much health as possible. Now, it's a great time to unload your specs. You can melee or range her. Personally, I suggest ranging her because you want to stay spread out. This is because of the cough. It can spread from one player to another if you're on adjacent squares. So obviously if you're all packed together, it's going to spread, it's going to drain your stats, and it's just going to become a pain in the arse. So ideally you probably want to be ranging this. You can use ruby bolts. I personally use diamond, although I would have to admit that ruby do seem to be hitting a lot of 500s, which are crucial here for really ending this phase as soon as possible. Another thing that you need to look out for, which is what's just happened to me here, is she can pick you up, drop you, and it will stun you. It will knock your prayer off. You can take quite a bit of damage, and you need to be really careful here not to get yourself KO'd, because she can combo you for a bunch of 300s in a row, and it's not pretty. Okay, as soon as she says something about Themis, Herminia, protect her, don't fail her, whatever, run straight over to the northwest corner. He's going to be available to attack. You want to drop him as soon as possible to get onto the second phase. During this, she's still going to be doing her smoke barraging, she's still going to be kicking the crap out of you, so, do it as fast as possible. Okay, so now we're on to the shadow phase. This phase is fairly easy, but it can be dangerous if you get it wrong. You must range her. I would strongly advise against melee. You're going to get your ass kicked. Now, next we'll use an attack that causes a black spot to appear under your character. You need to run away from this immediately. I mean, you have literally 1 second to move off of it or get hit for 400 plus damage. To avoid this attack, you can keep your character moving. Now see how I'm attacking him, but then clicking the floor to sort of run to another square after? This is great for avoiding the attack and saving your character a lot of health, which can make the difference between 2 kill trips and 6 kill trips. Now, when you get close to her during this phase, the screen will become dark. During that darkness, it's not uncommon for her to switch onto you. So you really need to keep an eye on your HP. If she does switch onto you, you need to leg it out of there as soon as possible, or you're going to take a lot of damage. Now, once you're on the Umbra minion, you still need to keep moving because she's still going to be doing those black spot attacks. Just be very aware of what's happening, and if she's tanking you while you're killing the minion, drag her away, drag her to the other side of the map so that your teammates don't have to worry about her. Okay, so now we're on to phase 3. You should melee this form with turmoil on and make sure you're fully potted. She's going to be healing constantly, and doing the necessary damage to out-hit her heal rate is difficult. If Nex chooses you as a sacrifice, your character will turn completely red. You need to run away immediately. This attack, when it hits, can drain not only your prayer, but the prayer of every member in your team. Now, when she summons the Blood Reavers, when she does the Blood Siphon attack, all damage splats on her will turn purple. These are heals. You've got to stop attacking her immediately as shown, because every hit that you do when she's doing that actually heals her for the amount of damage that you would have hit. This is obviously not good. Use those few seconds to par the Blood Reavers, drop them as quickly as possible, but you want to get straight back on her to get through this phase really quickly, because if she heals too much, she is going to be an absolute pain to get back down to 5th HP. She can actually heal to full HP during this form. And now we're going to go on to phase 4, which is fairly easy. Okay, so now you're on to the ice phase, which is fairly easy, but there are two main attacks that you need to be aware of. Now, the first is a simple ice barrage. It will freeze you, it will make you unable to attack for a second or two, no big deal, if you're praying magic anyway. And an ice imprisonment attack. Now, this is dangerous. You want to stay well away from it, and the best way to do that is to stay spread out, stay as far away from Nex as possible. But if you get caught in the middle of it, you've got about 3 seconds to heal yourself up, because you're about to get hit for like 600 to 800 damage. You've got to be very careful, but if you do this phase correctly, it should only take you about 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, so we're now approaching the final form. You've made it this far, but don't relax, because the fight is far from over. She's now going to start switching between Deflect Melee and Soul Split. It's crucial that you don't melee her while her melee prayer is up. It can deflect for up to 300 damage. Now you must switch to range and utilise every opportunity to do damage, because her Soul Split attack heals a ton, and if you just wait around for her to switch off melee prayer, you're just not going to get the kill. She's just going to heal more and more and more hit points. I can't stress how important it is not to run off when you get tanked during this phase. As a matter of fact, it's most beneficial to have the whole team DD on top of each other. This stops her from running across the room to switch targets while everybody else is like trying to switch attack styles and armour because of her switching prayer. Now, this phase can take several minutes if you get unlucky with hits or have some clueless spastic running around the room like we just had there. But she can't hit any large numbers, so when she gets on you, just stand there and tank it. Keep your life points above 500 and you'll be fine. I think her max in this form is like 350. She's not going to stay on you long, she switches quite regularly, so just take it like a man. Now, we switch to another kill here where we demonstrate how to do this form properly. And that is that's how you kill Nex. It's not that difficult once you get used to it all. And that is that. If you've got any questions, leave them as a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.